Good afternoon, YouTube. Thought I'd do a quick video from the trail here. So this is the crossing of Stevens Creek going up towards the Grizzly Flat Trail, heads up that direction. So that's where we're going today. That's a nice little cool spot to stop. I usually enjoy a cold beverage here. The grocery store I go to does this thing they call Freebie Fridays, and they have a online coupon that you download, and then there's a free item you can get. So I think this was the free item, I think 2 weeks ago. Starbucks cold and crafted. So that's pretty good. Coffee, milk, and vanilla. Yes, in my bag there I carry my drink. That bottle there has a neoprene sleeve on it. It's full of ice water and keeps everything in here cold. And then I've got my geocaching toolkit and a case for the phone, some snacks in there. And yeah, so that's my little ice box. Keeps my beverage cold. And then that's my extra water. Usually when I get up to the top of the hill, I take that water and then refill my water bottles. And that way I have nice ice water for the ride home, which in a really hot day is awful nice to have. Let's see, I believe this is what they call branch D of Stevens Creek. It goes up to the left there. And then the main branch of Stevens Creek comes down here, and then it goes down and around the corner there and kind of cuts back and forth a few times, and then just over this ridge. You kind of go up this ridge, down the other side, and then that's branch C. You can probably see some of the switchbacks here going up to the main canyon trail. There's a mountain biker going up the switchbacks there. I think he's the second one from the top. And there he goes over the top of the ridge. Okay, YouTube, made it to the top of Grizzly Flat here. A couple of lizards sunning themselves on that log. Yeah, so I came up this way here. This is the north trail. There's also the south trail. I'll probably go down that way. A little more interesting going down that way. Pretty steep coming up. And there we are. It's called Skyline Boulevard or California Highway 35. Yeah, I think I'll head down this way. This is down what's called Peters Creek in the Long Ridge Open Space Preserve. Supposed to be a geocache just right down here, and then there's one about a mile up the creek trail there. So I think I'll try to find those today, and then I'll come back here and head down the hill. So it's really interesting. Last weekend I was on the ridge on the east side of the valley, and it's basically the same distance. This is actually about 250 feet higher elevation than that side. This is about 2250, and it's about 2,000 feet on the other side. This climb is so much easier. There's a slight difference. On the other side, you ride about 17 miles to the base of the climb, and you're starting lower than here. Here you ride about 15 miles to the base of the climb, but you've actually done about half the climb on pavement, and then you have about half on dirt. Where the other side, you do about a quarter of the climb on pavement, and then the rest of the climb on the other side is dirt and gravel, but it's same distance, the same climbing, and it's just so much harder on the other side, mainly because I'm not used to it. It's just a different rhythm, where here I know all the steep spots and when to shift up and when to shift down and where to take a break. I guess that really helps, really knowing the trail. Where the other side, I hadn't been over there for about 3 years. But yeah, anyway, we're over here, so I'm going to head over across the road there and see if I can find a couple of geocaches. Yeah, so anyway, we're right there on Skyline. Gonna go across the road, try to find that first cache that's just across the road, and then we'll ride right on the map and go over to this cache. Okay, we came down the trail a little way from the highway, and there's a geocache up on the top of this ridge, and made the find there. Now we're gonna head down this way, and this is Peters Creek down here. You drop down into the creek and then up to the left about a mile, and there should be one more geocache there that's actually a new one. Both of these are new ones since I've last looked up here, so I figured I'd pick those off today and then do some more riding the next couple of weeks. So walking back from one of the off-trail geocaches, and the gators are definitely proving to be helpful. Keeps the socks from filling up with all sorts of stickers. Okay, we just got up here to the last geocache, and that one was up here in the woods, and I had a really helpful hint. The cache is behind a big tree. There's a lot of big trees up here, but one of those big trees had a geocache. Get the bike buttoned up, get my geocaching tools put away, and then I'll probably either I can head up this way to the highway or back down the trail. Anyway, we will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.